So Vidwan happens to be one of the most loved incenses from the Tulsi brand, and this comes in a very beautiful packaging like this. It's in brown and gold, so it's quite nice and gift worthy, and it just simply says Tulsi Vidwan Premium Incense. So this is what we have, and it belongs to the brand Sarathi International, and it says Vidwan, Master, Scholar or Guru. Vidwan is a display of mastery in the art of incense making. A perfect blend of vanilla, patchouli and other herbs has been used to create this exclusive incense. Vidwan creates a pleasant natural atmosphere ideal for prayer and meditation. So this is what we have. This is Vidwan. It has Vidwan written in some, very many Indian languages, and this is what we have on one side. On one side it says the the address and stuff, and it says 5 grams of incense for 75 rupees. So this is what we have. This is the overall pack, like the openings on both the ends just says Vidwan, Tulsi Vidwan. So that's what we have. It comes in a pack like this, and this is the incense that we are gonna check out today. Namaste all you fragrant people, and welcome to Om Incense Show with DJ, a show that helps you increase your incense quotient. So if you are an incense enthusiast, consider subscribing. So guys, before we go ahead, I just like you to know that this is I have come here after a long time. I was supposed to do very many incenses, but I'm going home day after tomorrow, Friday. So this is going to be the last episode of the month. Now we'll be meeting in May. I'll be doing I have some more incenses left over from the Scenting Secrets haul, which I'll be completing in May. So for now, this is the last incense episode of the month. Last episode of the month. So we'll see you in May. And like always, I have been doing scentingsecrets.com haul. So this incense also is from Scenting Secrets. You can get this from scentingsecrets.com and apply the code DJ7 to get 7% additional discount. Also, you have very many incense related and home aroma products on Scenting Secrets. So just visit the website and check out all the scented candles and incense and potpourri and home aromas and many other things there. So just visit scentingsecrets.com. And if you want this incense, of course you go there. I'll be giving the link in the description in the pinned comment, so just go and check that. So that's what we have. Now what we get inside this pack is it's a nice pouch. It's a nice decorated pouch. So it has this Sarathi International logo there. It has Tulsi written there, and this is what we get. If we talk, because they said 25 grams of incense, so if we translate it in count, then I guess it comes to around what? I think it comes around 15 to 20 incenses. That's what we have. The incense that we get is this normal 9-inch incense. It's brown in color. There's a lot of masala on top, and the bamboo core is sturdy and smooth. It's beige in color, and this is what we get. Because it's a 9-inch incense and it's a machine made incense, it's quite nice. And so going by its length, it's going to be there for around 55 minutes or so, because masala incenses last longer than the normal dipped incenses. So this is what we have. It's going to be there for around an hour or so for you. So that's what we have here. And also, before we go ahead, I think if you remember Sugandh Lok, the sister concern of Tulsi, which is also from Sarathi International, that brand Sugandh Lok, so it is actually their flower cycle brand. So all the incenses in Sugandh Lok is those are flower cycle incenses. So I think they also have Vidwan, or probably they have something which which is a translation of this Vidwan in that category. So if you I'm sure many of you must have tried those incenses. Just let me know what the name of that incense is. I just can't recall right now. So I just have this in mind. I wanted to know the name. So just let me know if you know the name. And so this is what we have, and wow, it's a lovely smell. So it has a very beautiful combination of sandalwood and some kind of resin, some kind of citrus. It's herbal and floral. It's all it's this entire blend in one, and which has a very nice thread of sweetness across it. So the entire blend is nice, and it has a very nice tone of sweetness to it. Gives a very nice, divine, sacred feel. Really nice. I really like this top note. So the top note is really good. So that's what we had in the top note. Now when we light up the incense, so what we had in the top note was very many notes that I could get from the top note. So the notes that I can get here now is some kind of wooden. So in the top note it reminded me of sandalwood, but not here. It doesn't remind me of sandalwood when it comes to life, you know, in the smoke of the incense as such. But the resin that was there is still there, and I do not get the floral either. The sweetness is really toned down. It's, you know, somewhere lingering around, but it's not like really prominent. You'll not be able to make out the sweetness that's there. But you know, if you're really tuned into the incense, you will be able to make out that this is a sweet incense. Not really sweet though, not the kind of sweetness that was there in the top note, definitely. So what you get in the smoke of the incense is the wooden and the resinous note. That's what you get in the in the smoke, and a very little hint of sweetness to it. That's what we have. So that's what the fragrance profile of it is like. If we talk of intensity, the intensity on the intensity scale would be what, around 4. So it's like not even mid-mild, but it has a presence, but it is a very frail, silent, not silent actually, frail and sophisticated kind of fragrance. So it's like, you know, it's like a little less than the average bodied normal, you know, human in your house, you know, just doing its chores and, you know, being in the, it's just present in that space. So if you have that kind of fragrance here, which is like not overpowering, doesn't attack your senses, doesn't pound you with its presence as such, but you will know that there's a nice incense lit up, and the incense is silently doing its work while you are doing your own probably puja or jap or sadhana or whatever you're doing. So this is there, and this is the diffusion is like really nice. The diffusion capacity is good. However, the diffusion bubble near the incense is more, and as you go you know, away from the incense, it diminishes. So if you have to light this up in a space where you do not want a lot of you know, you just want a subtle fragrance, you know, this is really going to be good for those places. So this is one of those kind of fragrance which has a presence and which diffuses to a large area, but the diffusion is the diffusion intensity is really mild. The diffusion intensity is mild. So that's what the incense is like. Now if we talk of retention, the retention wasn't to a very large extent. The retention to me you know, came across as average, because it was like 2 to 3 hours kind of retention. However, but the 2 to 3 kind of you know, 2 to 3 hours of active retention, the passive retention was for around 4 to 5 hours. So you know, you could get whiffs of this incense in bits and parts of your place, you know, like, so if I have to move in some corner, probably I'll get a whiff of this, you know, in some other corner I'll get a whiff of this. So it was like that, but the active retention was for around 2 to 3 hours, which was like average. So that's the kind of retention this has, and I really like this incense. But you know, I like the top note more, and when it comes to life, to me this was like any other flora or natural masala incense, which is like not really, doesn't really have a strong presence, you know, that kind of a fragrance. To me this is, so to me this came across as a 4-star incense. So I wouldn't give it a 5, but yeah, it's a 4-star incense. It's really nice. The fragrance is nice and subtle, and if you like that kind of fragrance, you would like this. So that is Tulasi Vidwan with a star rating of 4. That's Tulsi Vidwan. So the quiz that we had last time, okay, so that was the episode that we had today. Now the quiz that we had last time was, and actually in fact I think none of you noticed, the last 2 episodes were like, you know, jumbled up. So I was supposed to give one you know, before the other, and it just went ahead like that. So the answer to the last quiz was, the question was, name the cow that came out of Samudra Manthan. So the answer is Kamdhenu. She came out of Samudra Manthan along with her calf, and she is one of the 14 treasures that came out of Samudra Manthan. And the quiz that we have today is, name the incense in Sugandh Lok, which is the equivalent of, which is the same as Vidwan in Tulsi. That's the quiz for today. So I hope you enjoyed this episode and you learned something from it. If you think somebody else can learn something from it too, share it with them. If you liked it, give it a like. This is Dolly Jha here, and I thank you so much for watching. See you in May. Until then, you take very good care of yourself. Namaste.